In the Real Housewives franchise, that is. Shown on Bravo, Teresa Giudice is one of the most divisive of the cast members. Her detractors are always coming up with new reasons to criticize her despite the fact that she is the only original cast member of RHA that is still alive. A toxic drama involving her daughter is the most recent complaint that has been lodged. Continue reading for further information. More information regarding Giudice's decision to attend Apasone Law School, as Giudice's father fought against being deported back to Italy. Giudice was resolute in her pursuit of a career in the legal field. She had the desire to stop other families from being split up in the same way that hers had been. She attended the illustrious Rutgers University for her undergraduate education 23 years ago. In 2023, Giudice received her Bachelor of Arts degree in criminal justice. Getting a legal degree would be the next logical thing to take, but after a year had passed, the star of the reality show, Raj, had not yet enrolled in a school to further her studies. In its place, she has shifted her attention to the professional development of her job as a social media influencer. As a result of her frequent posting of sponsored content on Instagram, her followers frequently respond with negative remarks. The fact that her father now resides in the Bahamas, making it is convenient for his 4 children to travel there to visit him. Now that her father's legal issues have been resolved, has Giudice lost interest in pursuing a career in the legal field? On a recent episode of Amazon Live, she addressed the rumors that have been circulating about her future plans. According to her, applying to law school is still in the works, but it is currently on pause for the time being. I am honestly just having fun right now with my influencer career and simply doing things with you guys. Law will always be my passion, and I am having a great time doing things with you. The relationships amongst the cast members of the 14th season of Real Housewives of New York are, to put it mildly, not very good. As a result of the intensity of their hatred, Teresa Giudice and Margaret Josephs are no longer willing to work together on a film. Margaret's persistent pursuit of Louis Reyes, Teresa's husband, is a contributing factor in the strained relationship between the two of them. Teresa and Louis assert that Margaret was personally involved in the legal issues that he was facing. A chat between Teresa and her eldest daughter, Gia, were included in the program that aired on July 21st. The topic of discussion was the discovery of Margaret's apparent role in Louis's legal problems. Gia is only 23 years old, but she frequently acts as a sounding board for her mother. Over the course of several years there have been rumors that she might become a prominent cast member on Real Housewives of New Jersey. However, recent footage reveals that she is a part of a new show that features the children of Bravo stars. Fans of Real Housewives of New York City rushed to the comment section of an Instagram post about a clip from the program. It was pointed out in a number of comments that Teresa Giudice was responsible for involving her daughter in the situation. Teresa's daughter is becoming increasingly toxic. Disgusting. This is noxious. Again, Trey's at it, and Gia is getting involved in it now, and so it is. Deplorable. It's time to stop involving your daughters in everything. I despise the fact that she promotes toxic drama for her girls, just like her mother Gia is developing a nasty personality. What are your thoughts on Teresa Giudice's decision to involve any of her daughters in conflict with the other cast members of Real Housewives of NYC? Speculate in the comment section. In the wild world of reality television, few names ring louder than Teresa Giudice, a staple of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Since its 2009 debut, Teresa has become synonymous with table flips, loyalty oaths, and family feuds. But this summer, a new scandal is rocking the Bravo universe, and this time it has fans furious. Why? Because Teresa isn't just clashing with castmates anymore. Now she's allegedly pulling her daughter, Giudice, into the very same toxic drama she's been marinating in for over a decade, and fans aren't having it. As the RHA season unfolds with its usual mix of betrayal, backstabbing, and Botox, viewers are sounding off online, accusing Teresa of dragging Gia into adult conflicts and tarnishing her daughter's once respected image. What was once seen as a close mother-daughter bond is now being criticized as manipulative, even damaging. Let's break down what happened and why. This may be the moment when Teresa's ride-or-die persona finally crosses the line. The persona finally crosses the line. Giudice from innocent daughter to reality star soldier. Longtime fans remember Gia as a sweet, sensitive kid, trying to hold her family together while her parents' legal troubles exploded. Across headlines, who could forget that tearful scene when 9-year-old Gia broke down singing, waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things? In Season 3, a moment that would become a viral TikTok meme years later. Back then, Gia was viewed as a heartbreaking casualty of her parents' chaos. She kept her head down. She focused on school. She stayed mostly out of the mess. But as she's grown up, now 23 and pursuing a legal career, Gia's role in RHA has evolved. She's no longer in the background child offering emotional insight. Now, she's stepping into the spotlight, and not everyone is thrilled about that. In Season 14, a family war reignited in Rouge. Season 14, which premiered earlier this year, viewers watched the Giudice. The Gorga feud flares up again with fresh intensity. This time, the battleground wasn't just between Teresa and her brother Joe Gorga or sister-in-law Melissa. It was Gia who stepped directly into the line of fire in a now infamous scene that aired in Episode 6. Gia confronts her Uncle Joe at a family event, accusing him of disrespecting her mother publicly and turning his back on blood. Her words were pointed, her tone was fierce, and for a moment it was like Gia was channeling Teresa herself. Joe, visibly shocked, responded with a pained, "Gia, you're my niece. I love you, but you don't know everything that's gone on between me and your mom." To which Gia replied, "I know enough, and I know I'm not going to let you talk about my mother like that anymore." Cue the dramatic cut to Teresa watching proudly from a distance. Social media lit up instantly. Fan backlash, leave. Gia is out of it. While some fans praised Gia for standing up for her mom, the overwhelming reaction online was disappointment. Not with Gia, but with Teresa. Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram were flooded with comments like, "Grown woman." Yes, but Teresa is clearly encouraging her to pick sides. This is family, not a street fight. It's disgusting how Teresa always uses her daughters as shields. She did the same with Melania last year. Teresa weaponizing Gia to go after Joe and Melissa on national TV. That's the final straw for me. On Bravo fan forums, some longtime viewers even called for Teresa to be demoted or take a season off to recalibrate, claiming the storyline is irreparably damaged. One particularly viral Reddit thread titled, "Why is no one talking about the way Teresa exploits her daughters?" drew thousands of comments with users debating the ethical line between involving your family in your TV job and pushing them into battles they didn't sign up for. Gia speaks out, but fans remain divided. After the episode aired, Gia took to Instagram Live to defend herself. "I'm 23 years old," she said. "I'm not a little girl anymore. I have my own thoughts and opinions, and I'm allowed to speak on what affects me and my family. I wasn't told what to say. I chose to say it." Her tone was calm but firm. She emphasized that she loves her uncle but felt hurt by how things had unfolded publicly over the past few years. She added, "Just because someone's family doesn't mean you have to stay silent." Teresa reposted the live to her own account with a heart emoji and the caption, "My beautiful, strong daughter." Still, not everyone was convinced. Critics pointed to how closely Gia's words mirrored Teresa's past talking points, raising questions about how much of Gia's involvement is genuinely independent and how much is orchestrated. Family first or fame first? What's sparking the most concern among fans? Is it Gia's age, but the pattern they're seeing? Over the years, Teresa has repeatedly brought her daughters into the drama, sometimes to defend her, sometimes to take jabs at others. From Melania's sassy comebacks to Gabriella's rare but powerful appearances, the Giudice girls have become unofficial cast members. But now that they're adults or close to it, some viewers wonder if Teresa is using them as extensions of her own narrative rather than letting them live their own lives. There's also the looming concern: is this healthy?